Welcome to Poul's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some Chilli Con Carne. It's a Mexican thing. I'm not great with pronunciation, so please forgive me. And we got Chilli Con Carne tacos, which is going to be an amazing meal. You can put a little bit of cream cheese, other things that you want to use on there. Going to be amazing. This is what we're doing today, so please tune in for the rest of it. Kitchen. This is Chef Paul, and today we're going to make Chilli Con Carne tacos, which is basically a Mexican take on chili. It's really good, it's really tasty. So welcome to Poul's Kitchen. Please hit the like, share, subscribe. Go to Poul's Kitchen, POULS-kitchen.club, sorry, not com. Check out our Patreon page, and if you're wondering what happened here, I talked back to Amy and she put me in my place. I'm joking, that never happened. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a frying pan, we're going to put it up on a little bit of higher heat. We're just going to take some oil, use what you have. We're not going to be making the full recipe because we're missing a few things that I kind of like to have, but being this is more closer to payday kind of thing, we don't always have everything you want, so if you're running thin, these are usually some ingredients that you always have. I got 2 medium-sized onions, 3 cloves of garlic, and 2 sweet peppers. We got some rice, some Hamburg. Try to get as close to lean as you can because lean is where it's at. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to do things in multiple steps here. And I actually mistaken myself because I already decided I was going to do this on multiple. So we're going to get these 2 pans all heated up, and we're going to get this ready to go here. I'm going to start off by putting the onions in here, get them sweated out a little bit. We don't need them a whole lot. I'm going to use a wooden spoon. Hope everybody is doing well today. Of course, my lovely wife's going to be a little upset with me because of all the dishes she's going to have to do tonight.
It's all good.
Now, the main 2 things that we don't have is cheese and sour cream. If we had that, we'd be making full tacos with it. I wasn't thinking about that when we did our grocery order, unfortunately, so it is what it is. So we're going to let this cook out a little bit. We don't want them hard, we want them soft, so we're going to let this cook a bit here, and I'm going to try to find out where the heck she hid. Shouldn't take me long. Now for the beef, like I said, we want as close to extra lean as we can get our hands on. Why? Because extra lean is a lot better for you. If you don't have health conditions at all, then you know what? Go for medium maybe. Medium would be all right. It would help if I actually turned the right burner on. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to brown it. We're not going to go really haywire with it. We're just going to brown it. We're going to pay very good attention to it so that when she's all said and done, she's going to be nice and broken up as much as we can. With this, I'm going to put in a little bit of lime juice. Why? Because Mexicans seem to like lime. Yes, that seems to be a little bit of a generalization, and if you're Mexican, please forgive me. I'm not Mexican. I've never met Mexican. We're in Canada, and as I always say, Mexicans have more common sense to come up to a cold place. That's why we go down to Mexico, so we can escape the cold place. I assume that Mexicans don't really want to come up to the cold weather, and for the 2 or 3 months a year that we actually have warm weather, I just don't see why. But I could be wrong. If you know Mexicans, or if you're Mexican, you've been up here to Canada. Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm pretty interested. I know what we feel about Mexico. Beautiful country. Most people have a lot of very positive things to say about Mexico. People are very friendly, very nice. Yes, you're always going to hear the negative spots on the news, and it is what it is, but not much you can do about it. We're going to put some smoked paprika in. I'm going to put some turmeric and some white pepper. And I did forget one major thing. And this is the part about cooking that I hate. Finding spice. Because we have a lot. Chili powder. Oh. Chef Stanley feels that he has to be a part of this. Always likes to be a part of this. Tell you, if you ever get a tabby, it looks like him, and I don't know what it is about that particular color. He's actually an Egyptian male, but if you ever find one, best cat you'll ever get. Acts more like a dog than anything. Back to our next door neighbors, have a beautiful white Great Pyrenees, very friendly dog. Very, very friendly dog. Couldn't ask for a better dog. Best friends with a cat, believe it or not. As sacrilegious as that's going to sound. They get along, they're like best of buddies. If Stanley hasn't seen Gideon, and that's his name, for a little bit, he gets quite upset and disheartened, and he wants to go right over and play, or he wants Gideon to come over and play with him, and they're really good buddies. Couldn't ask for a better dog. So when it comes to making your rice, make it the night before if you can, because in all due honesty, day-old rice is always going to be better than having fresh. I know that seems a little silly for some people, but it is what it is. But day-old rice is always going to be a better deal. You want to keep stirring this around. You want this to be minced. You don't want big chunks. You're not making spaghetti meatballs, right? And if you want to make this vegan, you just totally skip this step. Totally skip this step. And by all means, I talk about the cheese and the sour cream. I'm not vegan. I'm not an expert in being vegan. So with that being said, I want to urge you to just take this with a grain of salt. If you want to make it vegan, consult with a vegan. They'll tell you what's up better than I can. So, but I'm feeling like sour cream and cheese is a big no-no. I know you can get alternatives, and you can go to certain stores and they'll have like a vegan tofu style cheese. And for those of you who are going to go, oh, veganism sucks. You know what? I've had some meals from some vegans that are really, really good. And I can't say anything really, really bad about it, because they really are. Okay, so we've had this on long enough here. And now I'm going to let that go a little bit more. That is the back. So I'm just going to put the heat up on that a little bit more. You want this to be fully cooked, because this is a really important part. If you serve this and it's not fully cooked, there is a strong possibility somebody could get sick. So you know what I mean? Always make sure your meats are fully cooked. It's not like you're making steak, and I understand with steak you got to have it medium rare. Some people argue with you, oh well, you know, like I like mine better cooked. Well, you're making steak, make it right. Like if you're not doing that, then I'm sorry, but you're not making it right. Okay, so now that's getting where I want it to go. So now we're going to put in 4 cans of maple style baked beans. A lot of people use kidney beans or actually chili beans. It's COVID right now, so getting any type of beans is a little hard. We had our groceries delivered, and they had quite a chore finding anything, and believe it or not, this is the only choice we had. Which is alright with me. I actually like these a lot, and I understand if we're making this like legit Mexican, Mexicans aren't going to touch this. I'm pretty sure they won't, because Mexicans have an amazing assortment of different types of, a lot of different types of beans. So I mean, and you know, Mexico's, you know, from what I understand anyways, is one of the prime producers of them. So, you know, they're going to have a lot more access than say up in Canada where it's middle of winter and we really can't grow anything here. Not now. Summer, I mean, we'll have a lot more variety, right? But not this type of beans anyways. If you want to get really fancy, you can just get a bag of soaked some navy beans or whatever, and you can do it that way. Amy and I are on a budget in a number of ways. Food, money-wise, budget, and also time budget. When you're working, it's not easy to have time to make a good meal. It's not always easy to have the time because you work, right? So and that's one of the reasons why I like making these videos for you, because I started this in really good here, and we're going to let this cook out for a little bit here. But you got to take in advance, or to take in mind that when you're cooking for your family, you have to have time to do it. Why do a lot of people do takeout? Why do a lot of people, you know, do the microwave meal thing? Well, it's time. Now, if you look at this is obviously more, this on its own, we're not even done yet. We're not even done adding materials. This pot alone is more than one meal, right? So, I mean, take your time with it. Like, there's like no reason. All right, so that's starting to go now. It's been a very long week, so I mean, things may look a little messy. That's not the way we normally are. It's just been a very long week. Our cleaning day is tomorrow. But my point is, when you're doing things like this, you have to take in effect budgeting your time. Now, I'm making such a large meal here that in reality, this is going to serve more than one meal. So Amy's off work and I'm off work. We can just skip in and we can put a thing in from the Tupperware, put it in the microwave, eat it. You're good, right? This may seem like it's taking a little bit of time now, but in reality, it's going to save time later. Now, you can go out and get some pasta sauce if you want for this. I know a lot of people use a lot of different things, but in reality, you don't need to. I just like using canned tomatoes. I think this is going to be enough here. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook this down for about 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes, no more than that. Shouldn't need any more than that. I'm going to turn the heat back down because it's already started. I'm going to put it on medium. We're going to let that sit for 10 minutes. And now, just to make sure that this is not entirely so, I don't know, liquidy, the rice is going to take care of a lot of that for you. It's got a little bit of starch. It's going to add some substance for you. And if you cook this the night before, it's not going to be nearly as starchy. Don't ask me why, but it is. Anytime you're making rice and you know you're going to make a nice rice meal out of it, and this is a mixture of brown rice, by the way, make it the night before. Set it in the fridge. There's no reason why you can't. Because to be honest with you, if you think about it, when you're making rice, it's annoying because it takes time, right? So you have like 20 minutes, put it in your rice cooker, make it, then set it in the fridge. It'll sit in the fridge for overnight, and when you're ready to actually use it, then you'll have it the next day. You can just heat it back up. Using it in a stir fry, just put it in a stir fry just like it is. It will actually taste a little bit better. It'll go down a little bit better for you as well. We're deciding to add this way because chili con carne in a lot of ways is like chili. Is a lot like chili, but they put a side of rice with it. Well, since I'm intending to actually use this with tacos, this will actually put the rice right in, then you can scoop it right in with the tacos. It will go better. And I just realized I have made a little bit more of a mess for me to clean than the actual stove.
Yep, I'll have to clean the stove.
But if you add more ingredients in there, now you can add some, we've added sweet peppers, you can add some celery, you can add more vegetables in there. You want to be more authentic to Mexican, you can add some hot peppers too. You can add more hot spice. You can try to look up more vegetables that they would use in Mexico. You got to realize in our culture up in Canada, and it's grown quite a bit in the last couple of years, mind you, but I mean, most of my experience with Mexican culture is from a place called Taco Bell. And I'm sorry, but I refuse to actually believe that that's actually anything to do with Mexico. I've had it. It tastes like garbage. I can't stand it. Taco Bell to me just feels like it's just baby food. It's just really soft and garbage. And for years, my parents you want to go to Mexico? Well, no, because Mexican food sucks. Why do you think that? Well, have you eaten at Taco Bell? I mean, this is Canada. You don't really have a whole lot of people coming up here from Mexico. So, I mean, how would I know any different, right? Because they advertise themselves as being Mexican food, and, well, you'd be very disappointed if that was actually true. It's because it's not. And the real life is, and we're not going to use all this, I don't think.
No, I don't think we need to.
But as years go on, we start to get more. And give me a second here, guys. Who was it? Okay, don't worry about it.
Well, it could have been her.
I'm gonna keep on filming, and Amy's gonna have to take a call here. But years go on, we start to get more Mexican restaurants, Tex-Mex restaurants, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is not what we actually expected. Like, it's way different than Taco Bell. And, come to find out, Amy and I really, really love Mexican food. I mean, absolutely love Mexican food. So, I mean, one of the destinations we love to go to one day is actually Mexico and explore some of their amazing cuisine and actually taste what real Mexican tastes like, not from a restaurant per se, but, what you'd actually expect to get from an actual Mexican. I think that would be awesome. But I encourage anybody to explore your different cultures' food, because honestly, a lot of times you're going to find some really good stuff that you'll really like. So we're going to let this cook out a little bit. It's pretty much almost done now. Just got to make sure you mix everything in. And we're going to let that boil down a little bit more. And Chef Amy is off her phone call.
She'll be here in 10 minutes.
So apparently we need to be done this within 10 minutes. So, and we're almost done, so it's no big deal. So this is pretty much done, so I'm going to let turn the heat off on that because we don't need it anymore. And if you look at it, it's a nice smooth texture. And like I said, you can totally leave the beef out. I mean, and you can pretend you don't see any beef and just imagine the rice, the beans, and then here, with this mixture, I mean, just give it a stir every now and again. But what Amy's going to do when we're done this part of it, is she's going to take a drain and drain the liquid out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put everything into that big blue container, and then we're gonna get a final mix. Once we're done mixing that, we'll come back and we're going to put it on some tacos. She's gonna have them in tacos, I'm not. Well, I am just not in the mood for it. Amy is. So we'll show you what she's gonna be eating. So we'll be back. Welcome back to Paul's Kitchen. We got everything done. Amy's already drained the veggie part of it. We mixed everything up here, so we come in here, and here's our nice old mix, and I think you'll agree we have quite a few meals. It's pretty good. Stanley, would you please chill out? The cat's a little wound up right now. So here we go. We got our tacos made here. Like I said, you can put a little cream cheese, a little shredded cheese on top of here. Really good. Please don't use Cheese Whiz. Pretty. Please don't use Cheese Whiz. Don't eat it. This is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be good. So until next time, please hit the like, share, subscribe. Join us on www.Pouls-Kitchen.club. Hit our Patreon page. Check us out on irc.ircgo.net. Until next time, stay safe.